Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Pulse Podcast here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins here. I'm here with a packed house once again in Studio Squared. To my right, your left, Eric Hall. To my left, your right, Brendon Blott. And in the studio, on the controls, on the ones and twos, the wizard, Greg Kinn. How we doing today, folks?
Good.
We're doing
good.
We're here. We're ready to roll.
Yep. All right. We're feeling better after yesterday, huh?
Nah, not really. But
No. I mean, it is what it is. So, folks, I want to remind you, like, follow, subscribe, all of our platforms, but please help us out. Share the video on whatever platform you frequent. If it's Twitter, if it's, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, help us out. Share the content. It really does help us reach some new audiences, and we're trying to get this out there. I think this is kind of cool. Last week was really fun.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun last week, and I'm looking forward to sitting down with you guys this week.
it's gonna be a fun one tonight too.
Oh, yeah. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. Did he just fumble?
Oh yeah, he did.
He fumbled.
Yep.
Before we get too far into this, guys, Eric, remember to talk into your mic because you keep turning towards Nate when you talk.
I got
Pull that a little closer. There
yeah.
we go.
Bring us down a little bit.
So, last week we did the one-word vibe check, and I want to do that again because I think that was a good little way to start things off, to get things rolling. How was your weekend? Eric, one-word vibe check.
Typical.
Typical.
It was typical.
Because you're a Cleveland fan.
Yeah, I mean the Buckeyes rolled, the Guardians clinched, and the Browns sucked. It was
did
a
they
typical
roll?
weekend.
Did they roll though? Like the Buckeyes, they took
didn't-
care of business.
yeah,
I mean,
they
25-0.
Did what they needed to do.
For sure.
It's not like they blew them out, but they did what they needed to do. They didn't look like they were in jeopardy at any point. So I think they were all right.
All right. Brendon, one-word vibe check.
I'd say better.
Better?
Better.
Okay.
We got the sun is rising over the hill now. We got to the pasture. Long weekend, but now getting into the good stuff for the rest of the week. So.
We've reached the summit.
Yes. Yeah. Much better now.
This is the state of a Cleveland sports fan. We get past the weekend and we're like, all right,
Now we can breathe.
get into the
Like,
week
that's
now.
not supposed
It's like
to
we
be
look
that way.
forward to our work week as opposed to like,
Yeah, I know it's supposed to be that way, man.
by the time Friday night hits, it's like, man, I'm kind of nervous about what's going to happen. Like, Browns could really disappoint me this weekend. And, I try not to put too much into it, but man, you're right. Relief is a good one, but better. I like that.
Better. Yeah.
Greggy, where you at? One word vibe check.
I'm going to just go with sluggy.
Sluggy?
Yeah. After Friday night games, man, and after last weekend and I went to the Browns game, I was like, this weekend is a lazy, sluggy weekend.
Yeah.
Lazy, sluggy weekend.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm going to go with, man, I can't put that into one word. Bittersweet. Because,
Okay.
you see the Browns, and I see where they're going, okay? I see where they're going. I see what this is. I
Right.
saw the writing on the wall.
I
I know this is a one-word vibe check, but, bittersweet needs to be explained a little bit.
Oh yeah, you got to explain your one word.
So, the Browns, I know where they're going, and it's kind of like, man, we've seen this before.
Yeah.
The Guardians, on the other hand,
I mean,
they lifted my spirits on Sunday. It was
Yeah.
nice to have that, to turn off the Browns game and go into the Guardians and go, all right.
yeah.
And then, even when they were down, I didn't feel like the game was over. I never did.
Yeah.
Because the Guardians always have you feeling like,
Exactly.
all right, I'm going to watch till the last pitch because you never know.
Well, they always have that mindset that they are in it, and
Yes.
it shows, and it's a very welcome feeling for Cleveland fans.
So bittersweet in the fact that while I know my Browns are not really going anywhere this year, I do know that the Guardians have a bright future ahead of them.
They have a
So
chance.
they have a chance. So even though, it was sad to kind of bid farewell to the 2025 Browns NFL season because it's done. We're done. I know it was done before we ever started, but really, it's done. Now it's done. But yeah, Guardians. Let's talk about this. Get into rapid fire now. Is that the best regular season comeback in sports history? In all of sports, regular season, not playoffs, not Super Bowl, because obviously you only talk about 28-3, all that stuff. 2016 down 3-1. There's so many comebacks that you could attach to postseason play. I'm talking about regular season comeback. Is there anyone that even comes close that you could think of?
I mean, in baseball, it is the record.
Yeah.
It is the record
Yes.
for coming back to win your division. I believe the last time it happened was early 1900s.
Yeah, it was in the 50s. In the 50s, and it was 13 games.
Hang on, let me get my little Adam Schefter notes out that Nate wants to pick on me about. But
Halsey.
But yeah, I had it wrote down. 1914, Boston Braves. They were behind the New York Giants.
1914.
By 15 games.
You sure you're not talking about football?
No. This is the Boston Braves and the New York Giants in baseball. They were behind 15 games on July 4th. They came back to win the division and won the World Series that year. So, I mean, last time that happened, that team won the World Series. Let's see. History repeats itself. I mean, history has a tendency of repeating itself. So
they are playing with house money at this point because you got to think there's no pressure on them.
No,
there really is no pressure on them to do anything at this point. Like if they sputter out and they flame out in this first round, nobody's gonna say, well, that was all for nothing. Like no, that's still gonna be a record in the record book. And now at this point, I feel like they have so much momentum that nobody wants to play them.
No.
There's not a team in Major League Baseball that wants to face them right now.
And who gets to play them? The team that we just chased down. I mean, the team that they just chased down is the team they play in round one.
How do you think Tigers fans feel right now?
They're worried, I think is what it would be. If we're talking about one words, it'd be worried because you trot out your best pitcher, and I mean, not best pitcher, but probably one of the best in the AL, and he gets taken down twice in a week. Twice in a week.
Though this would be 3 times.
And now this is going to be the third time that they face him in a week. And you're telling me you're confident sending him out there?
Well, and he is the best pitcher in the AL for sure, probably in the league. And most teams are scared of him, but this team isn't. This Guardians team is not scared of him.
They don't back down from the Tigers whatsoever. Like this, I don't know what it is about this Tigers team, but the Guardians kind of have their number over the last 10 years, really. Like, you go back to 2016, I think is the last time really I can remember that the Tigers really had an advantage over the Guardians, but they were the Indians at the time. I mean, they've never really had an advantage over the Guardians since they've been the Guardians.
Yeah. I mean, and that year, the Indians went to the World Series. So.
It's always a dog. It's always a dog fight between them. It's, the front half of the year, and then the back half of the year, bouncing back and forth. But when you lose 15 and a half games, man, that's just utter dominance. That is just the worst feeling you could probably feel in baseball. And if they didn't if they didn't make the playoffs, that would have been.
Oh yeah.
You might not have heard from a lot of those players for a little bit.
That's also the thing with them making the playoffs now. That could be their little thing that pushes them.
Exactly.
Is that that happened, and we're going down in history for that. You know how we can write that? By turning this around right now and making a playoff run. I mean, take out the team that chased you down right off the bat and then make a little run. Everybody remembers that over you giving up that lead. Yep. So the fact that they're in, they can use that to get their momentum rolling. So
we'll see.
I'm not completely stress-free about this.
Yeah, because the last game they played the Tigers won.
Yes.
So, they might have a little bit of momentum.
Momentum is on the Tiger side, but
we'll see. We'll see. The Reds make it into the postseason under Tito, year one of Tito Francona, and the Reds are in. Now, they barely squeezed in because the Mets collapsed.
Well,
but they got in.
The Guardians barely squeezed in.
Exactly. They're in. The Reds are in. That's all you go. What's Riz always say? Just give me a look at it, right?
Yeah.
Like just give me a look at it.
Yep.
They got to look at it.
And when you got that manager, and so it's all you need to look at it. I mean,
now they do have the Dodgers.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup. But
tough is a good word for that.
That's.
I think the Dodgers are kind of down compared to where they were last year. Going into the postseason last year, they were the number one team in baseball, no doubt about it. This year, have you heard that? Really? Like, they loaded up in the offseason.
Yeah, but they're still better than the Reds.
They
still should be able to take care of the Reds.
I'd hope so.
But
they have more talent top to bottom than the Reds, obviously.
Hopefully they're not looking past the Reds.
But I feel like in baseball, it's one of those weird sports where anything can happen.
No, I mean,
it's a 3-game series.
Exactly.
3-game series with the Dodgers. They only need 2 of them. They only need 2 wins. So anything could happen, Reds fans. It's cool to see both Ohio teams in playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
I'm not gonna lie. I did not think the Reds were even in contention
Yeah,
until about
I
a couple of days ago.
had no
I
idea.
did
Yeah.
not think they were with the Brewers being as
It's
good as
because
they
of the
are right
Mets.
now. I didn't even think they'd be even close, like close to 500, close to even, you know.
It's
I
because
haven't
the
heard
Mets
anything-
collapsed so
Yeah.
bad.
Well, that's exactly how the rest of the country feels about the Guardians too.
Yeah,
Probably had no
yeah.
idea.
Exactly.
So, leads me to my next question here. What's the best sports stadium you've ever been to, and why?
I had to think about this one. I haven't been to a ton. I mean, I've been to a ton of games, but
It doesn't have to be
mostly at the same.
professional either. It could be,
Right,
minor
right.
league baseball. It could be a high school football stadium,
Well, I did come down.
college.
I did end up coming up with one, and Mercedes-Benz Stadium down in Atlanta.
Ooh,
Is
that's
a-
where you watch the national title game.
It's a pretty clear reason why it's probably one of my favorites. But I mean, it was a beautiful stadium, and like it was hot outside, or not hot. It was cold, very very cold outside, and you go into that, and it's just that controlled temperature. And about halftime of that, I started thinking to myself, maybe a dome wouldn't be so bad. I kind of
Yeah.
like this. This is pretty nice.
Everybody
So,
only
yeah.
talks shit about a dome because they feel like there's some kind of an advantage to playing in the cold.
There's not.
There's not.
There's
if there
really
was,
isn't.
if there was, the Browns would have at least made it to a Super Bowl by now. Like that gets you like through the playoffs, right? Like they've had home field advantage in the playoffs in that area before. 85, 86, 89. Didn't they have home field at some point during those AFC championship runs?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I'm just saying, if it was an advantage, you would think they would have used it to their advantage. To
it's
this
not
point.
that much of an advantage.
It's not.
because
It's
you-
not
the
an advantage
players-
at all.
Players that
Unless
are on your
you're playing
team
a team
aren't
like-
even from around here, so they're
Unless-
not used to playing in the snow, and we don't get
Yeah.
that crazy snow game. It's not like that happens every game in November, December.
Yep.
That happens once every couple of years where you get a crazy snow game, and I will miss those as a fan because I loved going to those, but I'm also not going to be too upset to go to a game in a dome and be warm.
Yeah.
Not have to dress up in a
The only
10
time you-
layers in a Santa suit.
Yeah. The only
Yeah,
time you really
that's-
get the advantage, though, is like when you're playing a team like Miami. They're in a
It's still-
warm environment. They have to go play in the cold. That might be an advantage, but even then, it's like, nah, that's not really it.
How about you just be better than the
There
team
you
you're
go.
facing
There you go.
and take care of business?
Brendon, what's the best sports stadium you've ever been to?
The first, I got stuck between two. The first one might be biased, but the Horseshoe is just being there. The
yeah.
the game day vibe there just makes the stadium even better than what it looks like from the outside or from above.
No.
So it's really nice being there.
Well, there goes that
Just being
way.
there for multiple times, multiple different games. But I think probably my favorite so far was being at Fenway. Fenway was really cool.
Fenway.
And I think the game made it better. It was a game where it was the year that the Red Sox actually won the World Series. Steve Pearce, who was like an anomaly that year, he actually got World Series MVP and vanished off the face of the earth after that. But he had a 3 home run game that day, and it was against the Yankees. It was like 16-7 or something crazy. It was like home runs, RBIs all the entire game, no pitching. So that as a night game at Fenway, it was pretty sweet. It was pretty sweet.
Nice. That's awesome. Me, honestly, I haven't been to too many. Like most of them, they're all in Ohio. So
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
best sports stadium that I've been to so far, I'm on board with Brendon. Like the Shoe, honestly, like to me, that's the pinnacle in Ohio for sports stadiums. You
No,
see
100%.
105,000 people there. I mean, that's the pinnacle of sports stadiums. Now, I like the Hall of Fame Stadium.
Yeah.
Canton
I
Stadium's
have not
really
been to
nice.
that one yet.
That's a nice stadium. It's really nice for like a high school setting. Like when they do the
Yeah.
championships there. Like last year, we went to the D7 state championship game, and that was a really nice setting for a state football.
Especially just for the kids playing on the
Yeah.
field. That's like that's not even most Division I fields around here. That's like Texas Division I fields playing there. So it's pretty
for
sweet.
sure. Now, as far as like, what is the best local sports stadium that you think you've been to? Now, I would say, in my opinion, Don Paul Stadium's
Don
right
Paul.
up there, Donnell right up there, but you can't beat the setting at Horniman Stadium,
Yeah.
where
That is pretty sweet.
the sideline, the visitor sideline, has their backs to a tree line, and there's a creek in the background. The especially in the fall.
Yeah.
Like when those leaves start to change colors, that's a magical setting for football. It really is. It's beautiful. And you really can't beat that for high school football. Like you play a high school football game down there in the fall, man, you can't get much better than that. But what do you guys think? Local sports stadium, what do you think?
I mean, I was gonna say Don Paul just because of the sheer volume of it. Like it's just it's massive and it's like
you've never been to Sandusky Stadium, have you? To Strobel Field?
I don't think I have.
That's a nice stadium too.
Yeah, I don't think so. I probably ran track there.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Contractor Stadium, Norwalk. That's another good one.
I've been to both of them, and trying to weigh between the two, I think Fremont's is probably better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ever been to Findlay, Donnell?
Findlay's nice. That's a nice one. But I think, for me, as being a visitor team and you're going to play in a stadium and the entire game, if you're on the sideline or if you're a fan, you're just looking up. You're looking up and seeing the sheer volume of how many people pack those stands. Like we were there for the beginning game of the year, so it's probably a little different. You know, it might be a little less, but there was like no seats that were available for that game. Like maybe the top two rows, but it was, that was shoulder to shoulder, and however many rows we had to lug up all the equipment and stuff for that game.
The worst steps.
It is, it is rough
for sure.
And they have it elevated too, which I think is kind of cool. They have it elevated instead of just having the stairs like Columbian does. They have it like, you go pretty high up to be able to get up to the
before
stands.
the stands even start,
and you're kind of like looking down on the players, so it's kind of sweet.
Yeah, that's the stadium where I feel like it needs an elevator.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
yeah, it'd be nice.
For sure.
Especially for Greggy, because Greggy always like, he makes it about halfway up. He's like, all right, hang on, guys. You guys go ahead. I'm going to hang out right here.
I'll take the halftime.
I'll meet you up there.
I think that one's a two-breaker for him.
It really, dude, that place is awful.
Rough.
Like, it goes from A to Z, and then it goes, I think it's like, starts to 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3.
They double up on the letters. I think it
That's
goes all the way up to
double
G.
A, double B.
I think it goes all the way back
double
up to
B.
G.
That's what it is. It's something.
It's rough.
I don't know if he got both of them in. He got one in.
Didn't look like it.
They say he got them
They
both
said he
in.
did, but we might want to take a look at that.
Is that Darren Waller?
It sure is.
I thought he retired.
He did. He came back on a 1 year to Miami.
To Miami? Well, I mean, you're going to go party it up in
Exactly.
Miami. Go ahead, Why
exactly.
not?
Pretty
Get
much
a little bit of money.
Pretty much still retired.
Yeah. Made his appearance.
All right, here's one.
I don't think that other foot came
I think
down.
it does.
Holy
yeah.
shnikes. He got them
Yeah.
both in. With the ball still bobbling at the
my.
end. No, it's not.
Nah.
We got it. That's it.
Wow.
That's a
good
tutty.
catch.
15 plays, 96 yards. That's
Look
a
at the
hell of a
Dolphins.
drive.
Yeah.
Look at the Dolphins. What's
10
the Jets?
to nothing lead.
A game of 0-3 teams. Woohoo! A blind squirrel's got to find a nut every once in a while, right?
It's just a slate of garbage games.
So,
tonight.
speaking of sports stadiums, Greggy, what's the best sports stadium you've ever been to?
It's probably got to be the Brown Stadium, man.
Brown Stadium.
It's the biggest, and I've never been to anything else that was really that size.
Well, hell yeah. What about local?
Local? Oh boy.
He's
not
like,
going to be
damn
Chris.
sure not
It's
Don
not,
Paul.
yeah, it's not going to be Fremont.
That is not his favorite.
He's like, I like Seneca East. There's like 4 rows.
Yeah.
Actually, I like Heidelberg's because they got an elevator.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go. Actually, yeah.
That's
Heidelberg's
actually really
is
nice.
definitely top notch in this area. If you're talking about high school sports, man, like you can't get much
100%.
better
Calvary
than that.
Calvary got blessed with that. That's
Yeah. Blessed is an understatement for
Yeah,
sure.
That was nice.
So as far as list of stadiums go, not in Ohio, what's the top stadium on your list that you want to go to? Like, this is a bucket list. I want to make it to at least one game in this stadium.
I know a really cool one is the Phillies, to be able to see the bell go back and forth with a home run. It kind of like adds into the game a little bit. I'd like to go to that, but I also think that I think it's Petco, the Padres, just from it being newer. I feel like it'd have a little more modern stuff to do there. So it's like it's a nice scene. I know you got like a big hotel in left field, so I think it'd be pretty cool to be able to go to that.
So you're not into the historic venues at all? Like you're like, give me something.
I went
give
to
me something to do.
I've been
while
to
I'm
Fenway
there.
and I've been to
Yeah,
Wrigley, and
yeah,
it's like, it looks cool, but like then like you sit down in a seat and it's like I might bust through this thing.
Well, this is comfortable.
Yeah, like I might bust through this thing. So I think the historic ones are definitely cool. Like it would have been cool to go to the old Oakland A's stadium. I really wanted to go to that before they got it shut down, but unfortunately you know, wasn't able to do that. But I feel like that one would have been. That's like because it's a Coliseum. Like it's most of that's just looking up. It's like wow, holy crap, what is this going to keep going?
Eric,
well, he listed the two that he's been to the two historical ones, Wrigley and Fenway. I'd like to check out, but like I'm more of a football fan than I am a baseball fan, and with football, it's not really doesn't really come down to the historics of it. I want to see the newer ones. Well, I want to see Jerry's World. I mean, that's been talked about for how long, and I mean, it's not like I get to Texas very often, so
right.
Exactly.
But I want to see SoFi out in L.A. or
that's definitely
Inglewood.
for sure.
And what's the one in Minnesota? The U.S. Bank, I think.
Yeah,
But
something like that.
the newer ones that they're like they're dome, but they're still outside type.
They're just nicer venues.
The Atlanta one, the
That's
Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, the food there is like cheap as hell.
Oh yeah, dude,
That's
it was amazing. I thought it was just a thing for like
No,
just
for
for
the
that's
that
national
Arthur
game.
Blank.
championship.
He
No,
just-
that's what the food was there.
That's the owner of the Falcons. He believes in that. Like that's one of his tenements of being an owner of a sports franchise. Is he thinks that
it's
like
really cool.
the fans that go to these games, you know, they already pay enough for the tickets. They should be able to afford food while they're there.
Just nice.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. I think at the top of my list, I'm one for historics. I don't know what it is, but like I've always wanted to go to Lambeau Field
Lambeau
because I
cool.
feel like it's like such a unique setting. It's in the middle of a neighborhood. Like that part of it to me is really appealing. Like I want to see, because I've seen videos where people drive through the neighborhood and then they turn right and it's like, boom, here's the stadium. It's like, what the? Yeah, because it's in the middle of a neighborhood. So that's one I think is kind of tops of the list for me. But, you know, you talk about those newer stadiums, SoFi, for sure. I want to go to California anyways. So, like, I'd love to go to SoFi. The Jerry's World, that's definitely up there for sure.
I mean, that's not even as state of the art as it was back when they first built it, and I still want to see it.
Exactly.
Right.
It's still one of the top top arenas, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, I've always wanted to go to a game at Comerica Park. I've heard it's a really beautiful ballpark. I've heard they do a really good job with baseball there. I'm not a Tigers fan, but I'd love to go to a Guardians game when they play the Tigers at Comerica because I just heard a lot of good things about that stadium. They say that that's a really one of the top 10 venues for baseball.
It probably is, to be honest. I went there last year for a Guardians and Tigers game, and that was my first time being there. And it's pretty, like, there's a lot. It's like an older stadium, but I feel like they renovated a lot of it towards, like, more modern on the inside as well.
Yeah.
Like, they got the classic feel. There's, like a mini Ferris wheel they have there, like a couple, like, rides for kids. And then it's just kind of, like, opens up into almost like a food court. Like, they have, like, their own, like, circle food court. And what's nice there is that I think almost at every section there's, like, an open bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty sweet, you know.
Nice.
So as much as I don't want to give to the Tigers, I will say that the stadium was really nice.
Yeah, like I said, I've always wanted to go to a game there. I've heard a lot of things from Tigers fans about you need to go to a game at Comerica. That's a great venue. Because I always brag up Progressive about being such a nice, it's a beautiful ballpark for like, it's a quaint setting for baseball.
Yeah.
The city line in the background, everything about that ballpark is nice except for, like you said, when you sit down, you're like, I haven't been there since they renovated this year, but anyways, yeah, I think Comerica would be a great place to watch a baseball game. Greggy, do you got a sports stadium that you want to go to that's like at the top of your list that's not in Ohio?
Yes, it's not that far away, but you guys were talking about some domes.
I was just about to think,
I want to see a Golden Dome.
yeah, South Bend, I think, is definitely a destination at the top of your list.
One of
for
these
sure.
days. One of these days.
We'll
buddy.
make it. We'll make it happen. Hopefully they play Ohio State there, and Ohio State has to travel there, and then we'll go up there and just make that a tailgate.
Here you go.
Braylon Allen just went down too, so if
They're down to their third string running back in New York. Uh-oh.
Free Salt needs to be back in the game.
Oh, yeah,
that's
he's
not
done.
good.
He's not coming back.
That's not
He's
great.
not coming back.
That does not look great.
That went
Was
sideways.
that Minka again?
Is that Minka?
I think it is.
Is that Minka?
Stop it! It is not.
I think it is him again.
No. No, that's him
No, it's
behind
20.
there. 29,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, it's 20. Yeah, 29. It's Ashton
Okay.
Davis.
All right. I was like, what? All right, so favorite game day snack. I'm talking like grab and go. Nothing that I'm going to have to cook. like something that I can grab from the store, go and sit down on my couch and pig out. What's your go-to game day snack?
Well, for the Browns, it's alcohol.
No, that's
Oh.
not a snack. That's
Okay.
That's like a
It
refreshment.
is a snack, but whatever.
That's a refreshment.
No,
Pork chop in a can, whatever you want to call
you
it.
said that you don't want to cook anything, but like my kind of go-to doesn't require much cooking. I preheat the oven, throw them on a cookie sheet,
Nachos.
loaded potato skins,
Mm.
jalapeno poppers, and mott sticks.
Okay.
But see, that's
Bunch of
stuff
apps.
that you have to cook though. Like,
I throw it in the oven, and when I hear the oven go off, I run out and grab it, and then I
yeah, but your oven is close enough where you can hear it. My apartment is like 100 feet away from my kitchen.
well,
Like my
mine's
living
not,
room
so
is
mine
that.
works.
It's ridiculous. So,
I cook my food.
all right. So there you
But
have
yeah,
it. That's
I don't
your
have to-
favorite game
I don't
day
have to
then?
actually cook anything.
Tater
I wouldn't say it's my
skins,
favorite.
jalapeno
It's just like
poppers.
my go-to, really.
Okay.
Like I've usually got it in the freezer, and like for a game, it just sounds good.
There's Brees
whatever
Hall back.
reason,
He
just
definitely
to-
doesn't look like he's 100%.
Yeah, he ain't got that get up.
Uh-uh.
Brendon, what you got? Favorite game day snack? Grab and go.
Keep it simple, just chips and dip.
All right.
Some chips and dip.
What kind of chips? We going like tortilla chips and salsa? Or are we going like
if
French onion dip?
Yeah, some French onion dip. I was gonna say usually ball rights, but honestly, I've been getting the wavy lays, and I feel
Yeah,
like
the wavy
they
lays are the
work a
way to
little
go.
bit better than
Dude, the
All right,
wavy
are good.
Utz.
Wavy lays are.
Those wavy Utz are really good.
yeah. They
I don't know if
just
I've had those.
Those are really, they're just like old ball rights, like how they used to taste.
that's what I say. That's what I need is like ball rights when I was like 6 years old. It was way better than any time past like
The salt
being
and vinegar.
being in high school.
The salt
It's
and
because
vinegar
they-
you could barely eat back then.
Yeah.
Supposedly it's because they made them change the oil. Like they can't use, whatever
Yeah,
kind
they
of
tried to make
fats.
They
health
They
can't
can't
something-
use as
yeah,
much salt and
exactly.
vinegar on their chips anymore because they changed the oil.
Yeah, I guess.
It's,
I don't know.
it's crazy.
It's the same thing.
Because they
It's-
cut that.
Okay,
They cut that back like.
that's the
way
same complaint
back.
that I have with ramen noodle makers. Like the ramen noodles, like why do they put less sodium in the little packs now? Like, dude, have you had a
I
ramen?
didn't even know that.
I haven't had one in a while. I
That's
had
what I
one
was
the
gonna
other
say.
day,
I
and
have
I'm
them all
like,
the time.
why is there like no salt in this? Like, I have to add salt to ramen noodles. Like, when did that happen? I don't know. Weird. Anyways, Greggy, what do you got? Favorite game day snack?
Snack.
Just a grab and go. Something you can just grab and snack on a couch.
I mean, you guys kind of took it all with the chips. That's the first thing I thought
Exactly.
of. Outside of that, if it's something that's still cooked, but you can still grab and go, I'd get some wingies or something like that.
Some wingies?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Okay.
Grab them
Just
from
some like boneless
grab 'em
wings or
from-
something.
wherever.
You can have them delivered.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Benchwarmers delivers wings.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Transformers does deliver wings,
Mm-hmm.
That's just an easy
amongst
smash
a lot of other things.
amongst other things.
I am a sucker for chips myself. Greggy, you got me hooked on those like lattice cut 3D chips.
The
What
poppers.
those poppables or
Oh yeah, the Lay's poppables.
Lay's poppables? Oh my goodness, the
They're like,
sea
they're
salt
like the old
ones.
3D one, 3D
yeah.
Doritos.
I'll slam half a bag of those and not
Oh,
even
they're good,
realize it.
man.
I'm like, what the? It's like you're eating air. You don't feel like you're eating anything, because there's not really much density to them.
Huh.
But man, they're just they're really
Yeah, they're
good.
delicious.
Yeah.
And not well.
And I'm always a sucker for jalapeno cheddar Cheetos. Like that's my favorite Cheetos of all time. I could eat a whole bag of them if you don't stop me.
If you want to get one that I don't have to turn the oven on for, I go a lot of the tortillas and queso cheese.
Yeah.
Just get a little jar
Yeah, or
of
some
queso
salsa.
cheese and salsa. But yeah,
I know you're one to make like you do the sheet pan nachos, don't you? You do those every once in a while.
I've done. It's been a little while, but I used to do them all the time.
I'd say,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you used to send me snaps of like, hey, here's my
Yeah, me and
game
Chris,
day nachos.
Yeah,
Check
me
this
and Chris
out.
Majors, we call them ghetto nachos.
Yeah. You just throw some nachos on a plate with some cheese on top, throw it in the microwave, bam, there you go.
And then,
that's a
and
nice
then put some
little-
taco sauce on top of
Yep.
it. Turns them into ghetto nachos. So good.
Hey, I got a couple packs from Taco Bell, a little taco sauce. just
I mean, I got
right
a ton
over
of them.
top.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, now, next question. Worst sports fan base in America and why?
The cliche ones are Boston and New York,
Yeah.
just because. Well, and then there's, Boston. They're not entitled, but they're just used to winning, I guess, at this
Yeah.
point now. Especially nowadays. Well, not nowadays anymore, I guess, but more recently. But to me personally, it's Steelers fans. It's always Steelers fans because they're the ones that I fight with all the time. I mean, if it's me personally,
I love it.
it's Steelers fans.
Okay.
And I love the fights that I have with them. I mean, it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
Usually. And I think that's what I like about it is that we can both rip on each other and still enjoy each other's company at the end of the day. But yeah, it's still the Steelers. I mean, I have to say that. That way I have something else to fight with them about when they see this later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Brendan, where you at?
That was kind of my answer. Was Red
Steelers?
Well,
Took it right off the tip of your
Well, say
tongue.
at first Red Sox and Yankees. Like he said, they're kind of entitled. So it's like a pity guardians down there. We're up here with our payroll.
Yeah,
we're gonna take this
exactly.
straight to the World Series. See, that's why I respect the Dodgers. I think they at least do it in a classy way to where it's not like, look at our payroll, look at how much we pay all this, and we go and win the world. No, it's usually, you don't see a whole lot of hatred coming out of the Dodgers fans, but I feel like Yankees fans definitely get carried away, and I think as much as people hate seeing the Josh Naylor with the baby, this guy.
Oh,
no,
that
that's
fired them up so bad. Oh my
gosh,
God.
that was.
They hate Josh Naylor. Every Yankees fan I know hates Josh Naylor.
So I think that exact home run when I was like, this has definitely got to be the most hated fan base for sure, for sure. I mean, you got a player doing that to another player on another team. It's a tough scene for sure.
Right.
Greggy, who you got? Worst sports fan base in America?
I gotta guess.
I would say the Steelers,
That's what I was thinking.
but as I think about it a little harder, it's probably those undeserving Ratbird fans.
Ugh.
Like they don't even deserve shit.
I honestly would have to agree with you, Greg, because here's the thing. I think they are the worst sports fan base in America because they bitched and moaned for 16 years about how Baltimore or how Indianapolis stole their team in the middle of the night, and that's such a horrible, despicable thing to do. How could you ever do something like that? Blah, blah, blah. They had this marching band. Do you remember that? The Baltimore marching band, the Baltimore Colts marching band that played every single night or every single Sunday night or every single Sunday until the team came back. And now they have a marching band with the Ravens. And,
The more you know.
Now they have 2 Super Bowls and they don't deserve any of it. And the fact that they act like, the Browns are this shit franchise and they heap all this. Now, here's the thing. You're right. They are, but they didn't need to be.
Right.
If you wouldn't have stole our team,
Yeah, we'd be there right now.
we'd be there right now. Because there was no other NFL city that was trying to take the Browns at that time. It was Baltimore in Art Modell's ear going, hey, Art, we'll build you a new stadium. You just come play here for a couple of years. We'll get you a brand new nice stadium to build you. And that's I'm done with that. I hate the Ravens and I hate their fan base and I'll always hate them. I'm sorry. I can't stand it. Like I'll never get over it ever. I'll never forget what it felt like to have my team ripped from me.
Yeah.
As a 10-year-old sports fan, 11-year-old sports fan, that was my whole world ripped from me.
That kind of reminds me of when I found out that LaDainian Tomlinson got traded to the Jets. I remember hearing about that as like a 7-year-old child.
Oh, there goes the ball.
And
Great job, Justin.
That's like the pranks where the kids go under anesthesia to get like teeth pulled, and somebody's like, "Oh, they traded away." There was one that was like, "They traded away CD Lamb," and the kid's like, "They traded away CD Lamb? Are you kidding?" It's like, how would you just wreck that kid's anesthesia? He just got his wisdom teeth taken out, and this is what you greet him with once he's coming back into it. But yeah, the LT trade like absolutely wrecked me as a child. So I think that's about the same thing, getting ripped away from the Browns.
I'm sure that's about the same.
It was an awful
same
day.
level.
It was awful. I think the way I reacted was probably the same. It was awful. It was a career ending.
Yeah,
day.
but I reacted for 4 years.
I guess so.
I'm not trying to say mine is worse. I'm just saying, like, man, I'll never forgive the Ravens.
sounds like
I'll
you
never
are.
forget. I'll never let a Ravens fan think that their team is theirs because it's not. That's our team. Like
No, I
they
don't-
stole
I
our
don't want
Super
that
Bowls.
team.
They stole our franchise. They stole our culture. They stole everything about that winning culture that the Ravens are known for. That was the Browns, folks. That was the Browns. They took that. You can make fun of the Browns all you want, call them a poverty franchise, because this is an expansion team.
Yeah.
It's a joke of a franchise.
That never got
The
a start.
NFL never
got a
gave us a
start.
fair chance like they did the Panthers and the Jaguars. That our expansion draft was like the bottom. I'm done. Done. Just fuck the Ravens. Nevermore. Forever.
Signed, sealed.
Anyways, who's the most overrated athlete of all time? Who you got?
I couldn't come up with one like I really wanted to call out.
Yeah.
I tried to think about it. There wasn't really anybody I could narrow down to call out, but like I started thinking of some of the more overrated players right now. And the top one I could come up with, who I've been kind of flabbergasted since the draft, was why does everyone think JJ McCarthy is the savior for the Vikings? He wasn't even.
It's like when people thought
he
Kenny
wasn't even
Pickett
that-
was good.
He wasn't,
Yeah.
yeah, like he
Do
wasn't
you
that
remember
good.
after? Do you remember after Kenny Pickett's rookie year, everybody was like blowing up his cards? Like his cards were like crazy
God.
expensive
JJ
for like
McCarthy
the year
still
after.
are.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't get it, and it's going to keep continuing to do
Yeah,
that
because he
until
keeps getting hurt.
He proves himself
And you know
to be
who else's cards
the
were
dud that he is,
were very high and overrated was Anthony Richardson.
or LaMelo
Yeah.
Ball.
And when he got hurt, everybody jumped all over it too. Like he's gonna be back, he's gonna be great. And the same thing happened to
Yeah.
him. I mean, so
Yeah, Brendon, where you at?
those are a couple of recent ones for you.
I like that. Good ones.
All time, like, I don't know, I'm not a stat knower for particular players, like, oh, you know, this guy only did this in his
Right.
career. But I think, honestly, kind of going with what you said, like now, I feel like Tyreek might be one of the most overrated. Just straight speed. I don't think he has too much of a, you know, an actual wide receiver build. I feel like he's just more of a speed guy. You give him a little bit of space, you bounce off some routes around him, and you're like, here's the ball, please do something with it. You know, you're quick, you can move around. You know, it's not as much as like the art of the route running and, you know, getting the body in position. I feel like he's more just like a gadget guy that got over glorified because he was with Mahomes for so long.
And it's really showing. It's showing a lot more now.
Yeah, at Miami, 100%.
Speaking of, right there was a 1 yard screen pass.
I just think that he had it made with the Chiefs, and he kind of threw that away.
Oh yeah.
Greggy, who do you think the most overrated athlete of all time is?
Of all time.
The all time is just so
all
tough.
Ooh, man.
You can't say Will Howard.
What about Jamarcus Russell? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, he was just trash, but not of all time.
I was gonna bring him up.
I mean, that's honestly, as sad as it is to say, he's like the first name that comes to my mind when I think of like a bust.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, God, Jamarcus Russell sucked so bad.
There's so many people I dislike that I wanted to call out, and then I looked up stats, and I was like, yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, not overrated.
So what about our boy Peyton Hillis? He was a great running back. Right?
Ooh, that's a good one.
But I can't call him out.
The
either.
one and
I
done.
don't want to call him out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna try to say Terry Bradshaw, and then I
What
looked up all
about-
the stuff, and I was like, damn, I can't really, I can't.
What about
say
that,
anything about Terry Bradshaw?
That quarterback guy, what's his name? Deshaun Watson, is that his name?
That's a good one.
Pretty
That's a good one.
overrated.
Let's keep that case closed.
I don't know. I'm like on the fence because I got a couple of them. Like, I think Tebow's a really overrated athlete. I feel like he was a one-trick pony.
He was
Like,
very overrated.
if you ask him to run the ball, yeah, he can run the ball, but that's about it. Like,
only
he
gonna
really
work.
didn't have much
Yeah.
of an arm.
So- What
he
if
had,
you-
he had
what-
5-star athletes all around him.
What if you asked him to be a tight end?
Couldn't do that either. Yeah.
Or a baseball player.
Who was the other one? Oh, the one guy I always think of when I think of overrated, Joakim Noah. I never could stand that guy.
That might be a little biased, but
But yeah, if you
Still.
still look at the guy's numbers all time, he really was never really that good.
no, he
Like,
was just
ever.
loud and made a scene. So
Here's another one, Kendrick Perkins.
oh man.
That's a good one, actually.
He's a
Like,
very
that's pretty
he's an
good.
extremely overrated broadcaster as well.
Yes.
I cannot stand listening to him.
Speaking of cannot stand listening to, who's the one announcer that you would mute every time if you could? Like, it, not the whole broadcast, but like if you could just turn off that one announcer,
his voice.
just his voice. Who's the guy?
All right. Well, now here's a guy
There you go.
that says, now here's a guy way too fucking much, and I want to punch him in the face. Yeah, it's Chris Collinsworth.
Chris
for me.
Collinsworth.
And I have a fantasy team. One of my 6 fantasy team names is a little ode to my runner-up, and that team name is Joe Buck Yourself. And that's what I say to you when I want you to shut up.
Oh,
Joe
yeah?
Buck Yourself.
Oh yeah. All right. Fair enough.
He took both of mine, so I have,
Both of them.
I have nothing.
Done.
I've
Now
got nothing.
here's a guy.
You got nobody else? Those
Not
are the
really.
guys?
Not that.
No.
Mine
if
was.
you got him in your,
I was kind of fumbling between the two of Collinsworth and Buck. Past that, I don't know.
I shouldn't have done my runner-up. I should have let you have him.
That's all right. You basically took it out. That's what I was gonna go with. So
Greggy, who's the announcer you would mute every time if you could?
That stupid, terrible sack of crap, John Madden, dude. I swear to God.
Whoa.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally just kidding, guys. That's a joke. Here's the
Rip.
thing. Here's the thing about me and announcers is like, I don't ever really pay that much attention to them. Like, they're all just kind of like a voice in my head, so I don't really they don't really stand out, and I don't remember them that much.
Well, a lot of
It's
them I
just-
end up just yelling at because they say the wrong names
I
or
was-
they say something wrong about someone. I'm
I was
like,
gonna
you don't
say-
even watch the Browns.
It usually comes down to in the moment, just like somebody saying something stupid and me just mocking them or something like
Yeah.
that. But like, yeah, I don't really hate anybody, to be
Is
honest.
that another running back?
no, it was a corner.
Okay.
That would
They
have
had
been
a
crazy
running
though.
back named Carter at one
Yeah.
point.
My guy is Rich Gannon.
Oh, yeah.
Offense.
That hurts to listen to, too.
He says offense. I just can't stand him. Like him and Tony Romo. Like Tony Romo is just
Tony, yeah,
he's
Tony's
too
got to
over
be
the
up
top
there.
for me.
Yeah.
Like everybody's all like,
I don't know.
oh, I don't mind him. It's like he's just too much. Like
Sometimes he is.
Jim.
And that's what I like about him. I don't know what. I think that's hilarious.
I imagine him like beating the shit out of Jim in the press box, like Tommy beat the shit out of those kids in the stands last week. Like Jim.
I think he has like Jim's been kind of like, ow, man, like,
Chill.
settle down.
All right, here's a good one. Eric, what's the drunkest you've ever been at a sporting event?
Oh boy,
You got story time for us?
yeah, I got a couple stories.
Huh?
Well, I got to tell one about when I was at home watching the Browns, 2020 Ravens season opener. Didn't go well. Me and Christy were playing pool in the garage watching that game until halftime, and I was done.
Huh.
And
Done.
I drank way too much in that first half, and we went inside to go cook, and I start pelting her in the back of the head with fresh mushrooms that I'm washing for her to cook with. I'm supposed to be handing them to her, and I'm chucking them like this. And she's like, all right, if you're going to be like this, just go sit down. I'm like, okay. So I go sit down.
Sit down.
I go sit down on the couch, and Macy comes up and starts messing with me because I'm pretty sure that she was sent to come mess with me.
Yep.
Knocks me onto the floor where I stayed for the next 3 hours and just slept.
Done. Done. Don't even remember it.
I woke up, Christy was pissed, and I was like, what? She's like, you don't remember throwing mushrooms at me? I was like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I remember that now.
Head
Should've
went
just
down
said no.
instantly.
You ratted yourself out.
But a fun one. I guess the game wasn't fun. Ohio State, Michigan this year, or last year, I mean. I got to go to it. Didn't go the way that I had hoped my first Ohio State, Michigan game would go. We went out to a bar afterwards, and I had a cooler backpack full of Twisted Tea. And so I'm sitting at the bar, just keep busting my own Twisted Teas out and drinking them, sitting them on the counter. Go through about, I finished them off. I had 6 or 7 of them left in there. Finished them off at this bar before the bouncer comes up and he's like, where are all these Twisted Tea cans coming from? And I'm like, oh. He's like, well, they're coming from somewhere and we don't sell it. And I'm like, well, I don't know, man. They've just been sitting here. And he's like, well, all right. And he comes back later and he's like, all right, I know these are yours. I know they're yours. And I'm like, how do you know they're mine? And he's like, let me see what's in your backpack. So I'm like, oh, shit. All right, fine. Open it up. I look in. There's none left. And I was like, see? Don't see any twisted
They're
teas
not
in there.
mine.
But,
Just so happens I forgot that I drank them all.
yeah. You don't really know me to be very much of a cocky guy or to like do any confrontation. Yeah, I did not care for this.
It worked
No.
out.
And the funny thing is, we laughed at it and said that the kid looked like Bo Nix, who was on the TV right now. So, yeah. So that's the time I drank all my own beer in a bar and got kicked out by Bo Nix.
That's fun.
Yeah, good times.
Brendon.
I don't have anything interesting like
Nothing?
that. I usually when we go to the games, usually I'm the DD, so usually I'm just there to enjoy the game.
Well, yeah, you're still a youngin.
Yeah, I say I don't have the the iconic moments at a game. I've been to Ohio State would probably be the most messed up, because there everything starts at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning, and I think we were still trying to recover from the night before. We played poker till like 4 a.m. on I think it was like 2022. I was saying against Maryland. For some reason, Maryland's always my birthday weekend. I've went the past 2 years, and of course I don't go this year. And it's a Minnesota game at 7:30, which would have been beautiful to go to. Just
you
not
still start at 6 a.m. for those games. You know that, right?
Yes,
Okay.
That's the thing though. You can spread out your day though. When they start at noon, you're hitting the ground running.
You can
so
drink twice that day.
I think the most messed up would have been at one of those, and that was just nothing too in particular happened. But I know I was in bed by 4:30 and slept until 8 p.m. that night.
It was a nice catch by T. Higgins.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, you can't really see anything over there, can you?
I get the right half of the right half of the screen. So
I saw a catch by Brees Hall.
Greggy, what's the drunkest you've ever been at a sporting event?
Drunk.
Greggy don't get drunk.
Obviously, probably a Browns game. Obviously,
You talk about the limo drive? The limo ride?
here's the most messed up part about it is
he doesn't even want to go into it.
no. It's,
Oh, we've heard stories about him and Tommy
it's that
claiming that they had press passes to be there to cover the game. They were belligerently drunk.
I have
trying
a
to-
hard time remembering which story is which. Like they kind of just mixed together in my head because it's just always a party.
There was a lot.
But there was the time that we rolled up there and Tommy had a duffel bag full of beers, and we went into the Tilted Kilt and was hanging out with some buddies of ours, and Tommy's just dragging this bag of beers around the bar and stuff, and then we're walking around town, and he just kept putting his beer in his Polar Pop cup, that he had from the morning. And we're just walking around downtown, and there's this guy on the street. He looks over at us from across the street. He's like, "Hey, I know there ain't no Polar Pop in that cup." Tommy's like, "How did he know? How did he know?" But bro, Tommy smashed a whole bag of beers, and then. But I wasn't as drunk that day. But as far as for me, apparently one time I'm so drunk I don't remember this. I just been told this. We went to go into the stadium, and I kept trying to give the lady my Cedar Point pass to get in.
Wasn't that like last week?
No.
Pretty sure that was last week.
Last week, I was more coherent than Tommy was last week. I remember not taking my Cedar Point pass this time.
That's funny. For me, honestly, I don't think I've ever really gotten drunk at a game.
Yeah,
Not a big drinker.
just
I'm always like
You've
the driver.
also never gone to the casino with your ID to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Never what?
Tommy and I went to a Browns game one time, and this was when I didn't have my license. I got taken away for like 6 months, and he had to be my driver. And so I get up there, and we go to the game, and after the game, we're like, let's go to the casino. It's a shit game, So we walk over to the casino and walk all the way across the deck, and I get all the way over there, and this lady goes, "Oh, I can't take that because it was a paper copy of my ID."
oh god.
She's like, "I can't accept that." I'm like, "But it's stamped by the court. It says right here it's good."
Yeah,
She's
that's
like, "I
all
can't
got
take
right
that."
now.
I'm like, "Well, they haven't given me my ID back yet. They're going to give it to me back in like 2 weeks. Can I just, nope, sorry."
Ruined that trip.
So the whole way across that deck, the sky deck, when you walk across to get to the casino,
Okay.
the whole way across, all I hear is Tommy just
Hey, you got off easy. At least I wasn't standing there pointing at you.
Oh,
Going,
he was. Oh, he was. He was pointing for sure. He was pointing and laughing.
Look at
But we were standing there, and like I'm standing there trying to explain it to the lady. You know that Tommy look he gives you where he's like, "Come on," you know? He's like,
oh yeah.
"What are we doing?
Well, yeah, what are we doing here?
What are we doing here?" And like, as we're walking away, it's just like under his breath, you just hear him like, "Old ID boy here." All right, so I'm going to skip that last question. I'm going to go right into draft it. Let's talk about greatest sports movies of all time.
Oh no.
Now, we did this last week. We did a draft it segment with tailgate foods.
Oh, we're drafting these?
So
Sweet, I like that.
the list of movies is
I
here.
got them.
1 through, I got about 50 on here, but you don't have to
Oh,
go
man.
through this whole list. You can just, if you know sports movies, when it's your turn, just pick your favorite sports movie.
All right.
So you don't have to necessarily go through this whole list and choose one.
How many we get?
You get 5 picks.
Gotcha.
So
5 picks. Okay.
when we go through, each person will get a pick. And I think last week we started with Greggy, right? So this week we'll start with Eric. And it's a snake draft. So it'll go to you, then all the way to Greggy, and then Greggy will pick twice, and then it comes back around this way.
Well, give me Rocky then, because I love the Rocky movies. If we go just Rocky, I mean, I get all 5, right? I only need 4. You can keep the 5th one. But yeah, give me Rocky.
Okay. I'm going to do... Man, this is hard.
There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of
I'm
them.
going to do this one just because I know it's not going to be here because Greggy will pick it. I'm Varsity Blues. Brendon, where you at?
Moneyball.
Oh, I like that one. That's a good one. Moneyball. Greg, where you at?
I'm looking it up here again. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. Since you took my Varsity Blues.
Yeah.
Airbud, of course. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, don't diss on Airbud.
yeah.
It's like a childhood.
There's some good ones on here that I forgot about.
Yeah, that's
I was
why-
like, man, there's a lot of good movies on here.
Put
I'll tell you
question marks
what.
beside the Airbud one. Like, what? Really?
It's a sports movie, darn it.
You have it at 4?
I really
They're
like.
not in no
that's-
particular order.
I figured that out as I was reading, but it took me a minute, and I was like, this can't be in order.
So, Greggy, you got back-to-back picks now.
I will take Cool Runnings
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
and the Water Boys classic for me.
That was
There you go.
Yep. That was on my next. That was next on my list.
That's tough. That's what I was gonna go with, but I'll go with Happy Gilmore then.
Ooh, I like that one. All right.
Hate it.
Friday Night Lights.
Oh, good movie.
Eric?
See, now I was starting to go like more on the goofy side because all the goofy type movies were going.
Yeah.
So I got to get me Dodgeball.
Dodgeball. You got another one.
Oh yeah.
Back to back.
Give me. This is when I figured out it wasn't in any order. When I saw The Sandlot at 33.
Yep.
Give me The Sandlot.
That's a good one. All right. That was actually going to be my next pick, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Bad News Bears next. Like the old one, Walter Matthau. What in the fuck are you doing? Brendon, what you got?
Blades of Glory. Figure skating. It's a little different of a sport, but Will Ferrell does not miss.
I like it. That's a good one.
Talladega Nights still on the board.
Yes.
Kicking and Screaming still on there too. I love
Blades
that
of
movie.
Glory over that.
Greggy.
I'm gonna take Talladega Nights because I love.
There you
that
go.
movie. And I'm gonna take the remake of The Longest Yard.
Oh, I was gonna be mine. I didn't think anybody was gonna take that. That is a great movie.
I like it.
I love that movie.
Yeah, the Browns' second string quarterback's in that movie. Did you know that?
Oh boy.
Dylan Gabriel, Brucey.
Shouldn't have had that popcorn. Shouldn't have had that popcorn.
All right, back to.
It's my last one, ain't it?
No,
Number
you
5?
get. 1, 2,
We're at 3. We're at 3.
4,
Okay,
5.
okay.
Greggy had his last, or Greggy still has one more.
One more.
So we're
Gotcha,
down.
okay.
This is 4. This
Okay.
is pick. This is your 4th pick.
Take Benchwarmers.
That is a good movie.
I like that one.
I am 12.
I am 12. All right, Major League
Major League.
off the board.
Yeah.
Rough.
So that was your last one?
No,
Or-
I got one more.
Or these are my last.
These would be your
2.
last 2.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Man, I can't believe Space Jam's still there. Rudy is still there. Holy shit.
I
Yay.
had what I wanted. Now I don't remember what it was.
Rookie of the Year. Hoosiers. Everybody acts like Raging Bull's this awesome movie. I'm like, that isn't, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna do Longest Yard there. So
Okay.
you know one that's not on here?
Go ahead.
Little Giants.
It should be on there.
I didn't see it. I'm gonna go with Little Giants. Is it?
44.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that'd be
got
why.
'em.
I'm
Got
missing
'em.
like 4 of them apparently.
So you got
I'll
the Little
take,
Giants.
I'll take Little Giants.
And you got one more.
Kingpin.
Ooh, I like that one. That's such a good
Bill
movie.
Murray.
That is such a good
and
movie.
Kingpin is
58.
so incredible.
Oh.
Yeah,
he's
give me-
Got it.
Give me Kingpin.
All right. I'm doing it. The Mighty Ducks.
I was gonna. I thought about it.
Coach Carter.
Oh, that's a great one. That's such a good movie. I love Coach Carter.
I'm gonna throw out one that's not on the list, and I guess
Come on.
is it technically a sports movie? I think so. I love The Wrestler.
Hell yeah.
That movie's so good.
That's a great
I
movie.
don't think I've seen that.
Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke?
Oh yeah.
No.
That's a good movie.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
That is a
No,
really
I've
good
not
movie.
seen that.
Mm-mm. I think I've even heard of it, to be honest.
All right. So here's your lineups here. Eric, you had Rocky, Dodgeball, The Sandlot, The Little Giants, and Kingpin.
Good mixture.
I think that's
a good
solid.
mixture.
I went with Varsity Blues, Friday Night Lights, Bad News Bears, Major League, and the Mighty Ducks. Brendon went with Moneyball, Happy Gilmore, Blades of Glory, Benchwarmers, Coach Carter.
You said that exactly like you say the
I know. I like right after I said it, I'm like, damn it, that sounds like I just
Benchwarmers.
did a sponsor read there. And then Greggy went Cool Runnings, Waterboy, Talladega Nights,
Man,
Longest Yard remake, and The Wrestler.
I
Solid list.
Greggy's got a nice list. I like that.
And honestly, you can't go wrong with any of those movies, folks. There's 20 of the top sports movies of all time. Dedicate some time this week. Pick at least a couple of those. If you haven't seen any of these movies that we've picked out, do yourself a favor. Go check them out. Some great movies on these lists. Now let's turn our spotlight to the local teams, talk about some local stuff here. I want to talk some football. Real quick.
I had to write some of this down because
Hopewell Loudon. Mr. Brendon is a Hopewell Loudon alum, a Chieftain Scarlet Blooder.
Yes, sir.
Are they going to go undefeated?
I think they do. And I think it's
Big test
and
this week
definitely. And
versus
I'm-
Margaretta. We'll have that one here on Heart of Ohio Sports, folks.
there
Right
you
here.
go. And that'll be the first one I can go to this year. But, you know, I think that if they are to go undefeated, and what is rumored, I think Kellen is supposed to get back in the playoffs, I think that'll be a true testament of how they really build their teams out in Bascom, because next guy up, I mean, fill right in the spot and, maybe a couple scores less, but it's the next guy up every time, and it seems like Kramer has done that for them.
Yeah.
Him, and with them moving Brickman around as well, I think that they still have a dynamic offense, because you take away Brickman out wide, a couple plays here, you still got Jack Howell-Truly out there. Yep. They just have athletes across the board. So with any local team in their division, and I'd say almost a division above, I think I'm going to take them over them just for the pure depth that they have on their team. That if you take one out, it's just like you put it right back in. It's like, oh, okay, you don't really see a difference at all. But I will say the D line that they have created in Hopewell is deep.
Monsters.
Just absolute monsters in the trenches. And with the football that's played around here with a lot of running, that is a grueling game to block those boys all game. A grueling game. So I think they do have a chance to be able to do it.
They got Margaretta this week, 5-1 versus 6-0. Both of them undefeated in league play. This is a big matchup, folks. You're not going to want to miss that one. Eric, what do you think? They going undefeated?
If they can get past this team, I think they can. And
the rest of their schedule looks pretty winnable for sure.
And I think that they can get past this team. They taking some notes on them. They had big wins against Cary and Edison. They shut out Calvert and Gibsonburg, which not an easy task. So give me Hopewell Loudon.
Yeah,
I'll take them this week, and then they can go undefeated after that. So
thank you, Eric, for letting me travel to Hopewell this Friday to watch that game.
Yep, that's all right. Yeah, for sure.
Greggy, what you got?
A graduate. I'd rather
hate to take one away from you.
I am not a Hopewell graduate, so yeah, for sure.
You think they're going?
I'd want to be there if it was a Columbian game, a huge Columbian game.
You think they're going undefeated this year, Greggy?
I'll say that I don't see any reason to believe otherwise. They look really good so far from everything that I've seen, and they look polished, man. So I don't see any reason why they can't.
I agree. I would say this, though. Margaretta has 4 or 5 shutouts this year. Now,
they're no slouch.
The one game they let their JV come in, they did let up a touchdown. Their JV did, but their varsity squad, their varsity defense, I think 5 straight games without allowing a point. I mean, that's a damn good defense. So it's one to keep an eye on this week, folks. Once again, tune in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. As for me, I think they will, but I think this Margaretta game is going to be a lot closer than people think. I think this is going to be a 1-score game. I think it's going to come down to the last possession. Who's going to have the ball last? It's going to be an advantage for Hopewell Loudon to have that game in Bascom. Let's just say that for sure.
100%.
Especially that being a homecoming game for them. They'll have a little bit extra fire behind that one.
Juice.
But Mohawk, 5-1. They got 2 big tests in front of them in week 9 and 10 with Cary and then Seneca East. The only test that they've failed so far is against Colonel Crawford. And I mean, that was a close game, a 21-24 loss.
The closest that anybody's given Colonel Crawford yet this year.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody else has really given them much of a test.
Eric, what do you think? Mohawk, how you feeling on the Warriors this year?
I like the Warriors a lot. And with the 2 tests that you say they got coming up, like Cary got off to a slow start, 0-3, and then the 3 wins they did have weren't that big of wins. So we really don't know. I mean, Cary's always a nice little powerhouse, but we really don't know yet this year.
With them losing Eli Steen at the beginning of the year, that really hurt them a lot.
Yeah,
like
for
that
sure.
was they pretty much had their offense revolved around him. Now, obviously they made some adjustments, as every team will, but I would imagine their offseason game plan revolved a lot around getting the ball into the hands of Eli Steen. So that changes things a lot, but
yeah, for sure. So yeah, I mean, Seneca East, they've been up and down this year, really. So
yeah,
it depends on which team shows up for that game. I like Mohawk.
Seneca East. Well, I'm going to jump forward to them. They're taking a trip over to Colonel Crawford to take on the Eagles this week. Now that is one that I've got my eye on because, that's always a close game between those two. No matter what the record is, I don't know what it is about Ed Phillips and what he matches up against Colonel Crawford so well. So that's a game that I want to keep my eye on this week. You think they got it in them? You think they can pull the upset?
Like I was saying, it's going to depend on which one of those teams shows up. I mean, they put up 62 on Winford but then they only beat Crestview 2-0. So I mean, I think we've seen them look great, and we've seen them struggle a little bit. So
Yeah.
it's going to depend. If they can bring that team that looks great, they've got a chance against them.
Brendon, what do you think?
I haven't got to see a whole lot of Seneca East this year, but based off of seeing Colonel Crawford against Mohawk, it's going to be a tall task, and I think it's going to come down to if Colonel Crawford is able to, one, run the ball, and two, I cannot remember this kid's name, but number 12, large, big frame wide receiver, get the ball to him, which they did not in that Mohawk game much at all. I think maybe he had 1 or 2 catches. But he's a big frame. I mean, I think they had him at tight end a couple plays. They had him at wide receiver. But him and the running back that they got, which the game that we watched, I think the running back had just came off of a dislocated elbow, and he was still out there running the ball and playing linebacker. So, still coming off a little bit of an injury there. So I'd like to see how the run game goes for them. But if they can't stop that running back, man, it's going to be a long day because that is a big boy. That is a big boy toting the rock. I think it's MC something. I was like McMillan, but
MC Millen.
yeah, close to that. Something along the lines of that.
Let's talk about this Calvert team. Tough loss to Gibsonburg this week. That one just spiraled out of control, and I've seen a couple times where that's happened to them this year. Mohawk, Hopewell, now Gibsonburg. They still got a couple of tough matchups on the schedule ahead with Woodmore and Margaretta. Woodmore's a better team than people give them credit for. Now, Margaretta just blanked them this week, but I got to imagine that Woodmore's going to be pretty pissed off about that when they, when the rest of the league schedule rolls out. So, I think this Calvert team, it's difficult for me to watch because I know that there's more talent there than what they're showing.
100%.
I feel like the effort level hasn't been there this year that we've come to expect from Calvert football. And I'm not trying to pin this on any one player or any one position group at all. I know everybody say, I heard one kid say, you give the line a hard time. I hear you ragging on the line a lot. And it's like, I guess it's because I had expectations for what that line was going to be for them this year. And, I had expectations of this Calvert team. I honestly thought their floor was 5 wins. I really did. I thought, at least they should win at least 5 games this year with the roster that they had, with everything they had coming back. But when you start looking at, the way these games get away from these teams, especially Calvert, these kids start getting in their heads early.
That's
early.
exactly what
I'm talking after the first touchdown, second touchdown, they're out of the game already. Their heads are down. They're not giving effort. They're giving up on plays. I'm seeing plays where I'm like, what, like, you didn't give any effort to try to tackle that guy on a pick 6 return, or
I saw that last week
on a punt return, or like there were certain situations where I'm like, you had an angle if you just give your effort.
Yeah.
But that's I think the biggest question mark to me with this Calvert team is, are they going to bring effort the rest of the year? They got 4 more games to get this righted. They can still finish 6-4, 5-5 if they get this ship righted. They got to figure out a way to salvage the season at this point. How can they do that, though? What do you think is the biggest thing that they need to focus on for the next 4 games in order to get this right, Eric?
Well, like you said, I think they just need to get out of their own head a lot of times. They've got the talent, but as soon as they get that first punch, it's like it knocks them back, and they're reeling the rest of the game, it seems like.
Yeah.
I think they just need to, calm down, play your game, and maybe feed off your coach's energy a little bit, because I'm on them sidelines for a lot of Calvert games, and Lento is a ball of energy, and it seems like these kids aren't rallying behind him. Like they're not giving that same energy.
I will say that shouldn't come from your coaches. Any good championship team, it's going to come from within. That's going to come from your players.
Well, exactly. That's the point that we're trying to make here. Is you guys got to get fired up, get out of your own heads, and limiting penalties would be big because they've gotten in their own way a lot.
Greg, you've been to a lot of Calvert games with me this year. What do you think they got to do to get this right, man?
I think you guys are kind of touching on it, right? I feel like it's a lot of mentality stuff, man. Like you guys talk about, if they get knocked down early, they seem to just kind of stumble backwards and they don't really recover from it. And it's not a knock on them at all, but it's just the mental hurdles are something you had to overcome. And if you can't, then you're not going to find yourself on the winning end of a lot of those ball games.
Yeah, that mental hurdle is huge.
I can understand their frustration too, because it's frustrating for the fans to watch because they know that the talent is there. They know that they've got talent and they know that they're better than what they're showing on the field right now. So I get the frustration. You just got to calm down and play your game.
I think a lot of it, from what I've seen, is they really, I'm not going to say it all comes down to this, but they need to do a better job of just taking what the defense gives them. There's certain situations where I'll see in games where, the check down plays there, but they're looking for the big play, or, the slant route there, but they're looking for the post route. Or I'm not trying to say it's a specific play in specific. I can't point out one play, but I can say that there's been certain times where I felt like the easy play's there, but they're trying to make the big play.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And I think a lot of that, Nate, falls into the category of them getting behind early.
Yes.
And they get panicky.
They put a lot of pressure on themselves to try to make 20 points up in one play. Yeah. So I think, these next 4 games are obviously really important for Calvert's football team, but also obviously, Mike Lento and the culture that he's trying to build there. You got to get these guys to buy in. And over these next 4 weeks, you're going to find out who are your guys next year. This is your tryout for next year now. Everybody who's on that roster, if you're not a senior, you better be playing your ass off for these next 4 games.
Start earning your spot now.
Because this is your interview. This is your audition for next year. Show the coaching staff that you want to be on this team next year. So, Columbian, though, got back on the winning track. 3-3 on the season now after winning in Sandusky. They've still got the division title in front of them. Big test next week versus Bellevue, but this Norwalk game this week, Eric, you're going to travel over there. You think this is a trap? It looks like a trap game to me.
Well, they better not be treating it as a trap game because Norwalk beat Vermilion last week.
Yeah. And Vermilion was 4-1 coming into that game.
Yeah, they've one loss going into that game. They beat Vermilion. So I haven't followed Vermilion a whole lot this year, but just looking at the stats before coming in here today, that's a big task to take down Vermilion, and they did. So they better not be looking past them. But Bellevue, they've been getting beaten up with a tough schedule here lately anyway.
Yep.
They got shut out by Perkins, 41-0. They put up.
Perkins is pissed though. They started out 1-3. They are pissed.
They battled with Edison, lost to them, and they play Huron this week. So talk about wearing your defense out.
Who does?
Bellevue.
Bellevue plays Huron?
Bellevue has Huron this week. So that's 3 straight games of them wearing themselves out. They're 16-year-old kids, 17, 18-year-old kids, but those are 3 tall tasks, and then you got Columbian coming in. I think Columbian should be worried about the team that just took out Vermilion and not looking ahead.
Brendon, what do you think? You've seen a few Columbian games this year.
Yeah, we've got a couple of them. I think with them, it just comes down to consistency. Consistency and being disciplined. I think they have drives where it's like, wow, this offense is explosive. Had a couple guys running the ball last week, and it was, you couldn't really. You could tell because I think one of the boys has one of the neck collars
Cowboy
on.
collar.
Yeah, the cowboy collar, and he runs like he is Peyton Hillis. That kid grabs the ball and he's like, all right, what is the first person I can put my shoulder pads directly through?
Sounds like Mason Burkett.
Yeah. So they had him in there a couple of times. I can't remember the other kid's last name, but then Kidwell, they were doing a couple of pitches, kind of using different dynamics of the running backs to their advantage last week. So that was nice. The problem is, though, they just needed to build a consistency. They have drives where it's like, wow, this was awesome. That was like a great choreographed drive. Took the checkdowns, took the big play here or there. They got Bremeyer in the game last week with a big post route touchdown for I think 50, 40 yards. That was huge. That's what kind of sparked the offense. But it's going to come down to that and just the grit up front of their defense, because that defensive line, man, is is there's some bullies on that defensive line.
Yeah.
They do not. That is a rough game, the entire game, and that Sandusky front felt it last week because that was rough.
Yeah, and they usually bring some punishment up from that defensive line for sure.
Yes.
Dolphins player just went down. Not sure who, but we got guys on knees.
Yeah.
That was a wide receiver grabbing his knee.
Well, now we are. Let's talk about last local topic here. And this is kind of hard because I don't think you really would remember something like this. But Eric, I have popcorn just about every local venue we go to. Like, that's my thing. I have to get at least a bag of popcorn when I go. Who do you think sticks out as having the best popcorn out of all the local schools?
I never really got the popcorn. I did last week, actually, because you pointed out that it was so good you had to go get a second bag just to take home.
Yes.
From Heidelberg.
It was delicious.
Yeah, I went and got me a bag of that. It was good.
Yeah.
But I'm the Skittles guy. Like, where's my sponsorship, Skittles? Where's my sponsorship?
Brendon.
Not one in particular.
No, you don't have anyone in particular?
I'm not a big. I don't know. I feel like you go to the games right after you eat dinner. Other than like when we head out from here, I'm getting off of work, grabbing something, and I get there.
Must be nice to have dinner before you go to the game.
I never do.
Not really hungry. Or sometimes when you get to the Heidelberg and you go to the couple places, they got B-dubs or they bring some stuff for you. So it's
that's
not really go to
on that.
not a quick trip to the concession stand typically, but I feel like any popcorn for anywhere is usually pretty good.
Oh yeah,
I can never complain unless it's old.
Right.
Well, and you talked about,
and there are some places that will do that. They'll be like, "Hey, we had a junior high football game last night. We had a big old bag left over. Just throw that in.
Yeah.
Thing and just heat it up a little bit. It's good.
Make it work."
You brought up kettle corn though, and was telling me to bring some back.
That's why we bring this topic up. Greg, do you remember the last time we went to Norwalk?
Oh yeah, you talking about the kettle corn?
Yeah,
That's the best popcorn by far.
So they have. Every time we ever go to Norwalk to cover a game, you'll get up to the press box and there will be bags of kettle corn laying on the area where you're sitting to call the game. So every person there to call the game gets a little bag of kettle corn from the local kettle corn. It's some kind of a vendor stand that's set up there. So they'll have the kettle corn set up outside the stand, the concession stand, and then you walk down the steps and it's right there. But right before the game starts, about 45 minutes before the game starts, they bring up like 10, 12 bags of popcorn for everybody who's in the press box. Huh. So when I say, make sure you bring us back a bag, make sure you bring us back a bag.
All right. I don't really like kettle corn.
No?
I prefer regular popcorn over kettle corn. 100%.
Oof. Yeah. I like them both. I'm a kettle corn person for sure. Uh-oh.
Dude,
who is on the field?
Was rough.
Somebody is hurt
Is it
bad.
Tyreek?
It is. It's Tyreek. Dude. Oh, man. Tony, you should have traded him.
Dude, that was bad. That was rough.
Oh,
I'm surprised they replayed that. That was.
I didn't even see the replay. But I hope I got at least 1 point out of him because I needed it in a fantasy league. I think
he was just cheering at the fact that he got injured because he's like, yes, I'm done.
Thank God I'm out of this place.
I don't know what he's happy about, but it seems like
probably because he's done.
Because he doesn't have to play
doesn't have to come back and play for Miami anymore.
Yeah, it was.
But I don't know, man. That sucks. That's awful.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he comes back 100%, man, because, man, that's devastating.
It makes
me
like
look, 30
makes me look bad now. Talking about him being overrated.
Oh, you kept him in our league. You kept Tyreek. Or no, that was a different league. I'm in a different league. Somebody kept Tyreek.
Yeah, now.
So now.
Overrated look bad now.
Let's talk about these here.
Here we go.
Here we go.
So,
wake us back up.
I bought these.
I'm awake.
Not yet.
2.5, 3 years ago. So they might not be even very good. Like, I don't know if they're going to be very good at all.
We'll see.
No idea. But these are smelling salts. I bought for podcast. The last time we did the Pulse podcast, I was like, we're going to do this. We're going to make this a segment. And we just kind of gave up on the Pulse for a little while.
And that was my way out of it.
And Eric was like, "Thank goodness we didn't have to do smelling salts." And guess what? Well, now we're gonna have to
Now
do
he's
smelling
back.
salts. So
He made sure he put you on this podcast
that's
for
why.
this is the one where I'm like, "Hey, we're gonna save these for next week because I know Eric is coming next week." So let me see.
Cooper, are you interested in trying?
Cooper's like, did I hear?
Yeah,
smelling
say
salts?
that's what.
I'm gonna come watch this in person, please. Can't we just eat these Reese's?
Oh my!
I was like, "Are they in a bag?" Nope, they're not in a bag. They're like in a ball.
I got a little whiff from the AC. Kind of came downstream. I got a little bit of a whiff.
Is that how you're supposed to do it? You're supposed to shake them up? I've never done smelling salts before. Never even smelled them before. So
I have no idea what we're getting.
You ready for
into.
this?
I don't have a clue what we're getting into.
you'll be.
So we're gonna do this.
I don't know what like.
We're doing it
I'm
live.
afraid. How big of a whiff?
doing
am I-
it live. We'll
how
do it
big
live.
of a whiff am I supposed to take here?
Darren
It's supposed to go
Waller.
right
I
up
don't wanna-
into your
I
nose,
don't wanna
into your
puke
brain.
and then pass out live.
This
we're not
is-
doing that.
This is the second
Just take a little
touchdown.
whiff. Just take a little whiff.
Ugh.
Coming
Just
out
a
of
little whiff,
retirement,
all right?
2 tutties.
Little hit, little. God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fucking strong. Holy shit.
So just a little one then. So just
Just
a little one.
just a little whiff. Damn.
Dude, I can already get it from coming down the AC.
Woo! Yeah, don't get it too far in there. Don't get it too far in there.
Woo.
Yeah, buddy.
There you go.
He took a couple.
Yeah,
breaths
buddy.
I'm like no.
Yeah, buddy.
You got to get
man.
it rolling.
Oh, ho, ho.
Now I'm ready to run through a wall.
Woo!
Last week.
You ready?
You sure I should do this? Man?
Yeah, I'm sure you should do this,
Is this
man.
safe?
Let's talk about the Browns now.
Oh,
Woo! Let's go.
my.
God, there it goes. Yeah.
All right, Cooper.
All right, Cooper.
Cooper, come on.
Come on, Coop.
Come on. Oh my.
It's still there.
There's,
I'll tell you what, it clears up your sinuses,
It
oh
did.
boy,
It's
don't it?
clear.
It's fucking like, wow,
wow.
man.
There's a video.
Greg, you want to try him? He's like, no.
Yeah, it sounds like a blast.
There's
Cooper
a video
said, nope,
of,
I'm done.
No, I'm just
There's
watching.
Aaron
Shit, gosh,
Rodgers.
thanks.
He pulls out a pouch of smelling salts last week, coming out of the huddle. Gives a quick sniff, puts it back, throws a dart to DK for like a 60-yard touchdown.
Super potency, aqua ammonia, huh?
Yeah.
One more time.
Oh,
Just a little
wow.
bit. Just a little.
Nate's gonna wake up at 3 in the morning and be like, I need a bump.
That's ridiculous. No.
Wow. Cleveland Browns, let's go. Cleveland Browns, let's go.
Okay, Browns.
Well, we've
What
been
happened?
waiting on.
Give me the smelling
Eric.
salts again.
What happened? No. Seriously, guys.
What happened
you wanna
is the
talk
front
about it?
office is tanking for a draft pick. That's what happened. I don't think that the players are tanking. The players obviously want to win. The coach kind of wants to win, but yeah, watching tank job is no fun.
Brendon.
I think that the Packers one was probably the worst thing that we'll have all season. Now it was an awesome game, whatever, blah blah blah. You know, we won,
It really wasn't
came back, whatever. That was
terrible
probably the
game.
that
It
was
was
probably
just-
the worst thing that could have happened to us because I think
It hooked you.
it hooked you but it also hooked, you know, oh, Joe Flacco, he might still have it, you know, let's give him another couple weeks. No, let's just rip the Band-Aid off. We're not going to the playoffs. We're not winning a Super Bowl. I don't even know if we're going to be over 500. I don't even know if we're going to get more than 4 wins. Why don't we at least use this season to propel us with some momentum going into next season? Get the young guys, get their feet wet, and let's not have a 40-year-old quarterback being rolled out every Sunday. I'd like to see 2 of the new guys step in and at least get a chance.
Okay.
That's part of it that's so frustrating, though, is that this whole regime has already said the quarterback of the future is not on this team.
No.
Like, how do you feel as 2 rookies that just got drafted, and then a month later your team says, we're going to see what's in next year's draft because we don't think that the future is on this team currently. Like, that is not how you run an organization. I don't understand it at all. And then what they're doing with Shador, like,
Why did they even
if you're
draft him?
using him,
Why did they draft
They
Shador
drafted him
Sanders?
because
Seriously.
they want to use him as an asset later when somebody wants to trade for him. But they're not even showcasing anything about him. Like
Do you think that's on purpose?
I don't know. I don't understand it.
Do you think he
just
holds
doesn't make
more
any
value
sense.
if they don't play him or if they do play him?
I think that it's a part of he might just need humbled. And
That's
now,
the
now,
shit
here, now,
that I
now,
just cannot
now,
stand about
now,
this
listen.
league. Like,
Well, hear me out. You get your jersey retired at a college that you barely went over 500. You are glorified.
set the completion percentage record for college football quarterbacks.
Yes, I get that. But you're not going to throw him out there week 1. You're not going to name him a starter right away.
No,
I don't think that. I think that gives into almost what they drafted him later in the draft for.
But they're not preparing him for anything.
He didn't retire his own jersey. I mean, why does he need to be humbled?
My point is this. Everybody, all the draft analysts had him either on par or better than Jackson Dart.
100%.
Okay? Every draft analyst had him better than Dylan Gabriel. Every draft analyst had him better than Tyler Shook, right? All these quarterbacks got drafted in front of him, and they've all been given a shot at least earning the starting quarterback job for their team, right? What is so wrong with Shedeur Sanders? Seriously, I want to know. I want to know what they're holding against this kid. I have no idea. The only thing that I can understand that might have happened is he pissed people off when he went in and said, you know what? I don't want to play for that team because you guys already have a quarterback. I don't want to go be a backup for you.
Yeah, you've got your quarterback for the next 10 years, which shouldn't say. Just go in, be happy you've got a spot, play your contract, go somewhere else. You'll get a shot somewhere eventually. I didn't agree with.
I think this is a way of NFL teams punishing his dad for what his dad got away with, because his dad got away with all the shit that they're punishing him for now. Yeah, being cocky, being brash, because he backed it up with his play on the field. They haven't given this kid a chance to even back it up on the field.
If he fails, he fails.
That's what I'm saying.
But give him a chance. Let's see what he can do. You're not even giving him. He's splitting third string reps with Bailey Zappi right now.
And everybody who wants to say, well, the Browns drafted Dylan Gabriel first, there's obviously a reason for that. Yeah, you know what the reason is? The NFL blackballed this kid.
Yeah, because they didn't take him in the first or second round. That's why they took him. That's why they took Dylan before, because he got passed over. Like
they took Dylan first because they knew Dylan
and he dropped. That's why Dylan went over him.
Yeah.
Not because he's better.
They knew Dylan was a better backup.
Greggy's got, I mean, I want to see what Dylan can do. I do.
But you go, Justin.
And at the same time, it's almost like I want to see what he can do so we can see what Shedeur can do. I'm not sure which that is. Do I want to see if Dylan's good, or do I want to just hurry up and get through him to get to Shedeur? But Greggy, I sent Greggy a picture earlier of kind of how I feel about Dylan Gabriel.
Brucey?
Not quite that, but I'll show it here.
You said Brucey was really good, but where is he? How's it going to show up?
He reminds you of. It's just going to be on the screen. You're not going to see it though.
Here,
but he reminds you of a certain character.
I'll just show you the picture I've got.
Yeah, show me the picture.
Picture that I sent Greggy. I mean, come on now.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
He's got a weird face, man.
Yeah.
He does.
He does have a weird face.
So
I don't know. I think he fits right in.
He fits right in. But no, I've seen the writing on the wall with this team. I said it when they had 6 quarterbacks at one point in the preseason. I'm like, they're not trying.
We have 6 quarterbacks, and none of them are going to be our future. Like, what are you doing?
Eric,
I don't understand.
You know the quarterback of the future is on this roster. Their quarterback of the next 2 years, or at least a year and a half, the savior, Deshaun.
Oh, my God.
He's coming back at the end of this year. December, he'll be back. He'll start a few games. He's going to make everybody forget that he was a bad quarterback.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he will. Watch.
No, he's not.
He'll make everybody think for a second, hey, he might actually, you know what? Actually, he might still have something.
How many of this fan base is really going to get sucked back in and just want to see?
I'm telling you.
Done wanting to see.
I'm telling you. If you are down for so long, anything looks like
that's what I was going to say.
So you're looking at Joe Flacco, and then we're going to go through Dylan Gabriel, and then we're going to go maybe to Shedeur Sanders or Bailey Zappi. Who knows what they're going to do? But by the time you get to December, Eric, you damn well better know, as a Browns fan, It ain't going to be Joe Flacco starting.
No.
It ain't going to be Dylan Gabriel starting. It's going to be some fucking practice squad guy that they're going to roll off the street, and then they're going to go,
It'll be Bailey Zappi.
Deshaun actually is a pretty good option at this point, you know?
Oh, that's what they do.
I'm telling you. That's why they didn't go after a quarterback in the offseason. That's why they reloaded for a draft for next year. And they might not even take a quarterback next year, Eric. I'm telling you, the writing's on the wall. I think they had this planned out all along. They want to give Deshaun one more shot.
They're sticking to it.
This is their guy. They went and traded for him. They don't want to get stuck with egg on their face. Even if he looks closely to resembling the quarterback that they traded for, that's all they want.
I can't.
Now, you and I have seen that that's not the guy that we've seen for the last 4 years, but they're not ready to give up on that. They've invested $200 million into this dude.
They've
and
also
3 draft picks.
They also
First
came out
rounders.
and said he was a swing and a miss.
The Browns ownership did.
And he's the one that wanted him, though. I mean,
no, he got talked into him,
He's
Eric.
the reason.
Andrew Berry wanted him.
Well, yeah.
Andrew Berry wanted Deshaun Watson. That's the guy who talked Kevin into it.
Then why does he still have a job?
Talked Jimmy into
because
it.
from my understanding is they
because
still
of Paul
have
DePodesta.
They still have a job because they were forced into Deshaun Watson and were put in a hole, and that's why this staff still has their job. So if it wasn't the ownership that wanted him, why do they still have their job?
I think the ownership got talked into him, Eric. I really do. I think they got talked into it because the situation with Baker was
okay. Well, then when it fails,
untenable. Like they could not go back to
wouldn't that piss you off if it fails then?
Yeah.
Like, you talked me into this, it failed, you're fired.
I'd hope that they're pissed.
Here's the thing. In their eyes, you've got to see this guy for 17 games, Eric. He's played in a Browns uniform for a full season. That's it. Have you really seen?
That was enough.
Have you really seen whether he can be a true starting quarterback? I'm not trying to say that I want it to happen, okay? But I'm saying from their standpoint, when you've spent so much money on something, at the end of that contract, do you think they just want to cut him and be like,
don't want to be wrong,
done?
Don't want to hurt their pride.
No, that's exactly what it is. They don't want to be wrong. They don't want to hurt their pride, and they want to look. I really think Stefanski and Andrew Berry will both be back next year, regardless of what happens.
That's going to happen because
regardless of what happens,
because they're getting a free pass because of Deshaun Watson, because of the hole they were put in.
Yep,
the hole they put themselves in.
I could keep going about this for hours. You got anything, Brendon? You done? Blood pressure high enough?
I don't know. It's
another
just,
hit on the smelling salts.
No, it's just sad to see that
after that discussion, I might need one.
Unfortunately, this is the treacherous terrain that we have as a Browns fan. But the thing is, for me, the only pro to that move is that we were at least trying.
Yeah,
they at least
they swung for the fences
exactly.
finally.
And you and I were excited.
I said it from the beginning. I'm like, even if they missed, they fucking swung for the fences finally. Like, we have wanted ownership to do this for as long as we've been fans.
Yeah, as mad as we are now, looking back at it, because they've put us in a 5-year hole, we were excited about it too.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
We were excited because they took a shot. We ignored the fact that they gave the first guaranteed contract in NFL history
to a sex offender.
Yeah.
Yes.
To somebody that was already. Yeah.
It was a swing and a
miss. We
miss.
ignored all of that because they were trying. They were taking a shot. But
I wish that they just own up to it and get. And
I mean, and he in a way did by coming out and saying publicly it was a swing and a miss. Like that was kind of it kind of surprised me when he said it because like. Maybe don't.
It's like, I don't know.
You're supposed to kind of not like throw your own players under the bus.
All I know is the guy still wears a Browns.
Exactly.
He still wears Browns uniform and Browns gear when he's in these training videos and he's working out.
Because
if they didn't want that, they wouldn't share those videos. They wouldn't be sharing that on their social media.
I think they still have faith in him. It's just whether or not he can actually do the job.
Yeah. I still think they want him to be the guy, at least for the next 2 years.
He hasn't been able to get, shake off the rust, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He hasn't been able to get going.
It's
like,
not
he hasn't
rust.
been able to
He ruin his own head.
It's the head, dude. It's all in the head.
And
honestly,
he was a golden child before all that.
Even after that happened, you got to remember there were games where he flashed, like that Tennessee game, dude.
Yes.
Go back and watch that Tennessee game and tell me you weren't excited. The the Commanders game that we watched,
the Ravens game.
There was a Ravens game where he came back and went. Like there was so many times where he flashed, and you were like, okay, that's what we traded for.
Exactly.
That's the guy we wanted.
And then there was so many more times.
I
where
know.
You were just like, what are you doing?
What the fuck is this guy doing? Seriously, I'm 100%.
Can we get a refund?
I'm just saying, from a Browns ownership and front office perspective, they've invested a lot of money into this dude. They've invested a lot of capital into this dude as far as draft capital. They don't want to be seen with egg on their face because still the Texans the Texans still have.
Anytime he runs the ball,
I know.
Man.
I was holding my breath. But the Texans still have players on their roster from that trade. They still have assets that they're showing off from that trade that, like, the Browns don't want to look like. I don't know. If you're in that situation, you're the Browns ownership, you're the Browns front office, I understand why they would give him another shot. Yeah. I'm not saying I want it to happen, Eric.
You have nothing left to lose.
But I'm saying that you better be prepared for it to happen because he's going to be the starting quarterback by the end of the year, and he'll be the starting quarterback going into next year. Guaranteed.
I don't doubt
Mark
it.
my words. 100%
Deshaun
Watson will start the last few games for the Browns this year, and he will start the home opener next year, or the opener next year for the Browns.
Come on, Shador.
Guarantee it.
Come on, Shador. Just get in there. Just get in there and take over. Just get in there and take over. Don't give it back.
He just punched him in the face.
Yeah.
He punched him.
That's why that was a little too much for me.
All right, so Greg, you got anything to add to that Browns rant?
Nope, just heartbreak as always.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Same old, same old.
Heartbreaking sorrow.
Typical weekend.
Yeah. Yep. So now, next subject: tie games. Why?
Oh,
why?
Stop.
Like
just
seriously, especially a Sunday night football game. Everybody stayed up till fucking midnight to watch that shit that ends in a tie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why?
They hyped this game up for so long. It's the game of the week. It's Micah Parsons back in Dallas, and it ends in a tie. Like, if anything is going to get you to look at switching that rule,
it's going to be that game.
It's got to be that. Like,
yeah.
Let's start. Yeah,
everybody wants to talk about, like, oh, well, it's putting too much on the players to have an extra overtime period and blah, blah, blah. Well, then figure something out.
So you should have won in the normal
have a
setting.
kickoff or something, like where you have 5 different field goals from 55 yards and try to whoever makes the most of them, you win the game or something. Like, I don't fucking know. Figure
Turn
something
off the
out.
clock. Turn off the clock. Why have a clock in overtime?
Yeah.
Why have a clock? Why run out of time in overtime?
Well, they
first
messed
to score.
Eric, they messed
or
it
whatever
up.
Rules you want to do with.
They messed it up when they got rid of sudden death. That was the best overtime period in all of sports. As soon as one team scores, it's over. Done.
Yeah. And I get wanting to change that because that is frustrating when you're
on the other end of it.
When you fight that long. Either way, really. If you fight that long and then it ends because
you don't
we
have
can
defense?
kick 60-yard field goals in this league now. Well, we can't, but some people can. That is. It's not as bad as a tie, but it's still, that hurts a little bit too. So, like, I don't mind the overtime rule where each gets a chance, but just turn the clock off. Everybody gets a chance, then it's sudden death. Play until somebody kicks a field goal. Like,
yeah, I'm done with it. Done with it. As far as Super Bowl halftime performances, Bad Bunny, where'd this come from? Like, seriously, I had to look up some of his songs. I'm like, okay, I know these songs. I know of him. I don't know who he is.
He is.
He's Puerto
huge.
Rican. Yeah,
he's like very big right now. But
yeah, he's a major star that I'm also not familiar with, but it's because I'm old.
But
I'm
old, obviously.
But I mean, he's been around for a while now. He's been on WWE television. He's been in their video games and stuff. He's popular, man.
He's like a pop icon type.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just
pop icon type, and that's kind of how
I'm just saying not popular with me, but he's popular.
But I guess from what I heard, they were trying to line up Taylor Swift. The original plan was to have Taylor Swift be the halftime performer.
Yeah,
but she would not play for free. She said, "But here's why." She makes a damn good argument. She's adding value to the NFL brand.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
not the other way around because the NFL always tries to pitch it like, well, you're getting the exposure of playing the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like this is
so why should we pay you?
Well, and it is for most people that perform there. That's
Taylor
like
Swift
a
already
bucket-
has all
That's
her
like a bucket
fans.
list type thing. Taylor Swift doesn't care about the Super Bowl.
And she's been involved in the NFL for the last 2
Exactly.
years, though. She's already got that market. So it's
Yeah.
not like she's gaining anything from that. The NFL's gaining from her being the halftime performer.
Exactly.
So
Yep.
when
Yeah,
they released the details about that and like she stood firm, she's like, no, I'm not. Because she owns all the rights to all of her music too. Like she never sold the rights to any of her songs. So like she's one of those performers that believes in, keeping control of her content. And I respect the shit out of it. I think that's awesome. Know your worth.
Yep.
Know your worth. Now, let's talk this Malik Neighbors ACL tear.
Ouch.
Get rid of
MetLife.
turf. Get rid of turf.
That's what I was just about to talk
Get
about.
rid of turf. It's
MetLife injury history over the last 5 years. Since 2020, they have the most ACL Achilles tears in the NFL.
Yeah.
16 ACL or Achilles tears since 2020. By far the most in the NFL. Cleveland is second they're tied for second with 6 since 2020. But
And that's
natural grass.
that's natural.
But every other team is like right around 6 or 5, 4. Most other stadiums that's normal. 6, 5, 4. That's pretty typical. Like
No, in 2020, that field had 4 in one game.
the Solomon Thomas, Nick Bosa.
Yep. Nick Bosa, Solomon Thomas both tore ACLs. Raheem Mostert tore an MCL, and Jimmy G high ankle sprain.
Yep.
Are those players important at all? I mean, were those those guys weren't important to their team at all, were they?
And from what I hear, MetLife, that field is like a carpet. It's like not very like bouncy, like normal field turf.
Yeah.
Like it's more like it's got like a thick
There's no give.
undercutting.
You don't see the black rubber pieces go flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really feel like it's time where every NFL team should have natural grass.
Yeah.
Just make every surface the same. Why do we have different playing surfaces at all? I don't care if
it's
you're
harder
indoors
to-
or outdoors.
yeah, it's harder to
the
do.
Arizona Cardinals can grow a natural grass in the fucking desert. Every NFL team can have it natural grass. Come on. Like, seriously.
You're about to get turf in a few years, I think, in Cleveland. I mean,
Yeah.
so
They better not, dude. I'll be pissed.
I
I don't care if it's indoors, but make it natural grass.
Yeah, we'll see. How many indoor? Is it just the Cardinals that have?
No, I
natural
think there's a
grass
couple
that
of
are
them.
indoor?
I think there's a couple of them. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. I thought the SoFi field was natural grass.
Is it? Well, that's kind of like the outdoor.
I might be wrong.
outdoor
Don't
type-
quote me.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right. So EA sells to a group of private investors for $55 billion, mostly Saudi Arabian interests. Is this just the end of EA or is this kind of a new beginning possibly?
Didn't live golf is Saudi Arabians, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, they brought fun to golf.
Yeah,
I mean,
kind of.
yeah. I mean,
Kind of.
they brought something different to golf.
It's different,
I guess,
for sure.
and it definitely.
That's different.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, EA's been kind of stagnant for me
Yes.
lately. Let's live it up, I guess. Give it a little live golf treatment.
So,
I didn't know that before you pointed that out either.
What do you think? Are you an EA guy, first off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm with him. It's been stagnant for a while. They're just like, all right, what can we push into next year so that we can
Yeah.
prolong fixing this bug for 5 years?
Let's talk.
just
Let's talk.
put
up,
on the back burner and
Let's talk up one little like celebration move that we
Yeah.
put in and make that our key this year instead of fixing a lot of the bugs.
Damn,
Yeah,
they took Tyreek to the hospital.
yeah, he was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
showed him in a wheelchair.
It looked bad, but yeah,
I really hope he got me my point.
hopefully it's something good for him because there hasn't been many good Maddens coming out.
Honestly, I hope this is the end of EA.
It's
Just to be
copy and
honest,
paste.
because the NFL has continually given them an exclusive rights deal to be the only people that can make a football game.
Yeah.
I'm sick of that shit.
Yeah.
Bring it back to when everybody and anybody can make an NFL game.
Yeah,
I want Blitz back.
Blitz.
I want, ESPN 2K5
Yeah.
back. Like, that was the best football game of all time. You go back and watch Go back and like play that game. If you have an Xbox, snag a copy of that game if you can. Go back and play that. The depth of that game, just the levels that you can get into. I'm a nerd when it comes to video games, and I feel like EA really just killed Madden.
Yeah,
like it killed NFL football for me over the last 7-8 years. Really,
Yeah, I haven't played it in a minute. And
it's been a long time.
When I did try to play it again, I bought it one random year. I don't remember. I think Calvin Johnson was on the cover.
Yeah.
And I think that's the last one I bought.
Yeah,
And I
it's
bought it, played it a
2016.
couple times, and was like, no.
Yeah. I feel like when they jumped from the PS2 to the PS3, it really took a big downfall. Like they went more with graphics as opposed to gameplay.
Yeah.
And it's, everybody will still play it every year. Everybody's still going to buy it because they like NFL. They want the new rosters, all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
and-
I still feel like
It's all you're basically buying it for at this point.
it's just Call of Duty, but for football.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's
it's,
your
just
only
getting a
option. That's
repurposed
why you're
game
buying
every
it. You
year.
want to simulate playing as your team. That's your only option you got.
Yep, that's it. So, college football upsets this weekend. Bama over Georgia. You think that was an upset? They beat them last year.
Yeah, I mean, Bama's Bama. I mean, and it's weird to say that that's an upset. It kind of was.
just a good
I
game.
think that out of the three that you brought up, that was the biggest upset to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oregon over Penn State in the whiteout at Happy Valley. I don't think it matters anymore.
No,
Penn
like-
State has no aura. I'm sorry.
No.
There is no aura with Penn State football at all.
Yeah.
Like when you used to play Penn State, it was like, shit, man, we got to play Penn State this week.
Yeah.
Shit. And like you always felt like, oh man, it's a whiteout. Oh my. Now
Yeah.
it's like, oh cool, it's a whiteout. All
Yeah.
right, we're gonna beat their ass at their own home stadium
No, I
during
think-
a whiteout.
I think what you're saying is we're a top 10 team and we're going against James Franklin. Yes.
Right.
4-21 against top 10 teams. Like,
Yeah.
that was not an upset to me at all because I knew that Penn State was going to lose that game. And like, it kind of surprised me when they got back in it at the end. I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to do this. And then overtime.
Yeah. And then Ole Miss over LSU. What do you think about that linebacker from LSU? The posting a picture of Lane Kiffin's daughter. Like Lane Kiffin's daughter posted a picture of her with him on her social media before the game.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
I'm pretty sure they're dating.
They are dating for sure,
Yeah.
but like he got her to post their picture
Yeah, before the
right
game.
before the game of them being like cuddling up or whatever, and then Ole Miss goes out and dominates LSU in that game, and I
Yeah.
just thought that was kind of cool. Like,
That's hilarious.
I got one more thing. Offbeat news. I like to check Reddit every once in a while for like a good story.
I didn't watch this video either.
You
was
don't
hoping-
want. I mean,
I was hoping to watch it like
It's just
live
like-
react, but
yeah, it's just a news segment about the
Okay.
actual incident. But a staffer was arrested at a South Carolina high school for causing $55,000 worth of damage with fart spray.
I gotta know how. I have to
So-
know how.
This guy, over the course of a month, kept spraying this fart spray everywhere. He bought fart spray on Amazon, went around and would just randomly spray it as a joke. Thought it was funny, just trying to get laughs. But then the more it got, nobody could figure out who did it, the more he just kept, I'm going to spray it here. I'm going to
Yeah.
spray it there. I'm going to
Might as
spray
well
it.
keep it going.
So he sprayed it into the air conditioning ducts. And it went through the whole school system, and the whole school system smelled like shit. And it caused some kids to have to miss school because they were lightheaded, throwing up, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, they had to basically redo the air conditioning system. And
That's awful.
had to be cleaned, professionally cleaned, and all this stuff. So yeah, $55,000 worth of damage with fart spray. I mean,
I want to know what that conversation was when they figured out it was him.
yeah, right?
Like, what do you do? What do you say to your employer? I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a deal.
Yeah, I went a little far there, I guess.
Like, what?
Whoops, my bad.
For a month too. It's not like I'm gonna prank one kid or one class.
No,
It's
a
like,
month
I'm just
straight.
gonna keep going,
Yeah.
and they're like, they'll eventually find me, right? Like, that's just
Like they're not
that's
catching me. I got to step my game
Yeah.
up. Oops.
Oh, this has been fun, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Got a couple good games going on here. not really good games. There are a couple of double-digit blowouts so far.
Yeah.
As expected.
But okay.
But it's been fun, though.
Yeah.
Great episode tonight. Thanks again to Greg the Wizard Kinn for keeping us locked in. Thanks to you guys for coming on with me tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Great times. Once again, next week we'll be back at it, but only these 2 seats will be filled with 2 different people. Donnie and Emma will be joining us next week because that's going to be
That'll be one to
that'll be a
watch.
fun episode to watch.
Have fun with that.
It'll be about 6,
Turn
7
down your volume. Turn down the
times.
volume.
The fun we had tonight. I don't know.
Somewhere around there.
Just there needs to be
It's
an
going to be a
advisory.
fun episode. Let's just say that.
Advisory for people wearing headphones.
Yeah,
Turn it
anybody
down.
who is
Turn
over
it
the age
down.
of 40, you probably won't get most of the references. But,
Yeah.
just giving you a fair warning now. You know, it's a youth movement here at Heart of Ohio Sports now.
There we go.
We got a lot of young faces, a lot of fresh faces. That's why we're bringing this back. And
God knows what they're going to talk about.
oh, trust me, it's going to be fun. It'll be fun. You're going to want to tune in for that one. But tomorrow night, we'll be live at Benchwarmers, the Coach's Corner, right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. I've got Coach Brian Calatrulio to talk about that Hopewell Loudon Chieftains matchup with Margaretta. You don't want to miss that one, folks. Tomorrow night, right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And then on Friday, high school football, back at it once again. Hopewell versus Margaretta, Columbian at Norwalk. Both those matchups right here on the Pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports. That's going to do it for us here this evening. Thanks for tuning in here on the Pulse Podcast here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Have a good night, everybody.